What's up, y'all? How's the day going? Yeah, but we're gonna get into this, right? Because I said I was gonna show a video showing how, I was one of the people too that was caught up in the Hollywood. I mean, I said Hollywood. Oh yeah, I was caught up in that too when I was real young. But one of the people that was caught up in the Halloween stuff and wanted to show how, like I left in the comment in the last video with the lady and the guy talking about Halloween. I know he was talking about. I listen to so many different people talking about Thanksgiving, Easter, everything. But I'm gonna show the mask that I've been buying almost every Halloween in different costumes because that's my birthday week, right? And you know how most people celebrate their weekend or their birthday. Well, that weekend always falls into, my birthday week, whatever. The Halloween always falls into Friday, Saturday, or something like that. So I wound up not even really celebrating too much of my birthday because I don't do that having a damn probably like who knows how many years. And I learned some things I learned a long time ago, 10 years before. Some things I learned about with, society or the rap game, which is why I wasn't into it that hard anymore after what happened in Pocket. It made me look more into it, whether it was a fake death or whatever. Still made me open my eyes to, other stuff he was talking about going on, and also, Illuminati shit like that. But now the Halloween thing I want to talk about, right, is because I'm just putting it out there that most of us not really perfect or aware of everything going on. We know some, but not everything. And, always stayed away from a lot of stuff like meats or pork or, certain stuff like that. And staying away from them cheap sodas. But I was drinking the good sodas, but still not really knowing, till about 4 years ago, how serious it was to not drink any sodas. I always thought it was just the nut busters that we called them back in the days, the 50-cent sodas. Those be having extra stuff in it to really make, the people in the neighborhoods sick, having, high risk again, this disease, cancer, whatever, immune system weak, or not being able to have babies. I remember that rumor too, that if you drink too much of them tropical fantasies, it was gonna mess up your sperm count and shit like that. So stuff like that I learned way back like 90s and shit, probably 1999 is probably last time, or before that when I had a tropical fantasy. And it's hard to teach other people in the hood, but they like, it's a bait, it's a trick for you to go for it because it's cheap and easy to get. You know what I'm saying? Instead of buying one for $1 or one for 150, Snapple and all that, you can buy 3 of those. So which means you can buy yourself one and give your 2 homies one. You know what I'm saying? That's how we doing the hood too. Just on the regular, especially back in the 90s. That was a real big thing. It's always about sharing. That's why I still have that in my blood, because I used to buy my friends sandwiches. This one, nobody can be left hungry, thirsty, none of that. That's how it went back then, and still go that way with me. But too many ain't like that no more. But the Halloween thing, I'm gonna show you how I always went hard on that day. I would go and buy a Michael Myers mask and shit. And every time I bought a Michael Myers mask, that shit was at least $80. Because I was buying the one from the actual studio where they would have like, a whole bunch of different masks from when they filmed the movie and they need another take and might need a different one. It might rip, it might be, who knows, whatever. Probably mess up during the scene and hair rip out. So I used to go hard and buy those and shop around for the realistic thing. I couldn't stand looking half-assed or mad cheap with a little weak-ass costume or one made out of plastic. Like, nah. Even when I was like, 11, probably 12, this when Mortal Kombat first came out. I remember that. We used to play Mortal Kombat right there between 146 and 140 inside the little store. Had the little arcades, and then we had a couple of arcades on that block. That block, man, I got some stories on that block. And if anybody heard me say before how all the stars used to come on my block and hang around my block and my peoples and shit. So we used to feel like it was nothing to be around these rappers, actors, dancers, all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? People. So yeah, I used to go hard. Spend like 150 to 300 on costumes for Halloween. I didn't won contests and shit for having the best costume. And one time I was it was about 3 years ago. Plus, before that, I was also King Tut. So I was King Tut 3 years ago, plus about 8 or 10, between 8 and 10 years ago. And oh no, I'm bugging. Hold on, I got that wrong. Yeah, that was like 5 years ago. Cause I had it mixed up. I thought it was with a different girl, but it wasn't. It was with another girl that people thought looked like the other girl, which I didn't think so. You know what I'm saying? It was annoying. But I was King Tut, and I bought her costume. Went him, spent about $300-400 on hers to be Nefertiti, and people was like, "Oh, y'all got the most realistic, best looking costume." You know what I'm saying? I went all the way. I mean, I bought stuff from Egypt that had me looking more realistic. Like I bought bees and what you call that shit? Damn, what they call that shit? Damn, I can't get it. But you know the bees they wear in Egypt. I got that straight from Egypt. Or was it India? It might have been India. No, one of the headdress was from Egypt or the bees, and the other one was from India, something like that. But I bought the costume out here in America, and I ain't like the costume because that was some bullshit. I really wanted a costume where it was like actual metal or some shit. You know what I mean? Like I was trying to go hard. Like, but yeah, I'm pulling out these masks right now. When people were scared of clowns and shit, me knowing my crazy self, I ain't care. It just felt like doing it. So around I think the same year, I came out as the Killer Clown. Remember the Killer Clown movie? And I still got the DVD. But I was the Killer Clown, and everybody was scared. Like children go out there, they beat up anybody looking like clowns and shit. And the funny shit is, it was actually people out there looking and people that clown. But yeah, I went out there not caring. You know what I'm saying? Careless. I want to enjoy myself the way I wanted to. And it was crazy though. I had mad fun. Ain't gonna lie. Rode around on the bike. People were shook. People were screaming. One time somebody did chase me. It was a bunch of kids. Had to been between like maybe the age, I say 9 to 15 maybe. They was like, "Oh shit, hit the clown." I was on the bike and shit. They was chasing me. That shit was funny. But so yeah, so just wanted to let it be known that you know what I'm saying I'm one that didn't know better either because a lot of people be on this shit and act like they always knew, or like you know what I'm saying start talking down everybody else or some people because they don't know any better, and that's why we supposed to try to reach one another so that way we can know better. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do better, you do better. You know what I'm saying? If you know better, you grow better, right? So can't blame people for being blinded. That's why we here. You know what I'm saying? Here to talk and spread it out there. So finally, somebody will open their eyes from one of us and be like, damn, he kind of got a point, or she has a point. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's what it's about. Ain't about leaving nobody behind and shit. Watching a blind man walk off the edge of a cliff, you know what I'm saying, without going to tell him stop or you going the wrong way. You know what I mean? Or something. So yeah, I don't really need the costumes. I ain't gonna put all that out. And I mean, when I was Michael Myers and Jason or whatever, or Freddy, I had to have the metal claws. Those was about $80 for the real actual metal. You know what I'm saying? Claws, whatever. Then Michael Myers, I bought a real old fashioned. It was like a navy suit, jumpsuit or some shit. Bought that from it was a Salvation Army. Not even that. It was one of them stores though. It was on for anybody from New York. It's down in Chinatown. That one store that sells old stuff. I mean, like old army pants and shit, and got old empty bullets and empty grenades and all this shit as well has been used in the military on the army, but you know they still got it, and they be selling pieces of it for like souvenirs or whatever you want to use it for, doing a movie scene or whatever. So that's where I bought the jumpsuit from, and I was Michael Myers like twice, and one time I went to a movie theater when they dropped the movie again, had my people filming me, and I was in there scaring the shit out of people. I mean, grown people, all that. I had dudes that you know, like you would see in the street and be on some more theater. Them same dudes was scared, like, yo, what the fuck is going on, man? yo, if this nigga don't move, yo, I'm about to break this shit. Yo, this shit like I was scared, like for real. I'm like, wow. It's crazy how people get freaked out over shit like that. Like Michael Myers was actually in the movie theater. I made three girls run out the theater during that point, and I had to stop them and go outside and be like, yo, not outside, but outside the movie theater, and go to the lobby and tell them like, yo, chill about it. When they try to tell him, we was telling them, yo, nah, we was doing this, you know what I'm saying, for a prank. Yo, they loved this shit. I mean, they loved it. After that one movie was over, and we stayed for the next Michael Myers, and then the next and the next, because I kept doing it. Stayed there, and the guards got involved. That's how much like love I be getting out of nowhere. Like I don't even know where it be coming from, whether it's money. I don't chase money. It be damn near like just coming from nowhere when I think I ain't gonna get another check or some type of, you know what I'm saying, like blessing. Let's not call it a blessing, but you know what I mean. But it's kind of is because it's just coming out of nowhere when you don't expect it. You know what I'm saying, which is the blessing because you ain't got to be all hungry, going crazy, feeling, you know what I'm saying, down or angry because you ain't got money like you believe, and just enjoy life and love people. And you know what I'm saying, keep loving your heart. A lot of that stuff just comes to you naturally, like really. But so they was into it and they was like, yo, that shit is funny, man. Next time you do it, go behind the movie curtain. So you know they got the big theater, but there's also a curtain behind it, which I never noticed until I got to do that shit that day. I went behind the curtain, they let me do that so I could make it more scary. Get behind there, it's like a stage. Look like it, you know what I'm saying, with a bunch of poles here and there, and it's crazy. I'm like, oh wow, that's what it looks like behind the movie screen? Oh shit. But anyway, so now the movie starts, and now every time it starts and gets to a scene, I'm walking from behind the curtains, full completely, you know what I'm saying, got big boots on, got the jumpsuit, and the official Michael Myers mask, and walking out with the fake knife and shit. Yo, people were scared to death every time. Like this shit was so funny. Had the guards, everybody watching this shit, peeping this shit, laughing at people. But anyway, that was just a little story, you know what I'm saying, about how hard I went and be going when it came to that Halloween shit. But like I said, past 2 years, I'm falling back from that because yeah, it's like it's not even good. It's gonna be sad when Christmas come this month because nephews, nieces gonna expect, you know, me to be the Santa again like I be almost every year. People expect me, you know what I'm saying, to go out there and just carry gifts in this big bag and give them out to shelters and shit. And that's a fact. And if anybody happen to see this video that know me or remember me giving out them gifts and walking around with a big bag, I mean like big bag, like on some Santa shit, then they will be able to justify it. I mean, confirm that and let it be known that it is a fact. All right, this right here is when I was Chucky, and this cost me about $70. It was the most realest one they had, really. Bought the costume and shit like that. Had the sneakers, but it was Adidas though. And I believe I had ripped one the middle line, if I'm not mistaken, the middle stripe to make it look more like his. Oh shit. Is it? Oh, I thought you called. All right, all right. So I was saying, right? playing with the dog. But so yeah, like I'm saying, just showing y'all that I was one of them that didn't know any better. And you got this one. This is the clown I was. Yeah, official. Y'all know that movie, then you know, damn, that shit really looked like. And you couldn't see my eyes or nothing, so it was crazy because people couldn't see no eyes. Like that's how good this mask is. I paid almost $100 for this mask. If I'm not mistaken, it was 98 or $92 I paid for this mask. And then celebrate or represent Halloween. I hated it and passed it around, told people that, but some don't listen. You know what I mean? Like for example, my brother came in the crib and was like, "Can I hold that clown mask?" And he went the whole costume and the big shoes that they had on and the gloves. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't see no human skin, the gloves and all that. Like told you when I go ham, I went ham. I'm saying that one. Then you got this one, paid almost $100 for. And anybody know what that is? Pinhead. It's crazy, right? And that's real metal. I bought these because, like I said, as a person that was addicted to the Halloween thing, it's my birthday week. So I feel like that was my day to really celebrate my birthday, wear costumes and masks and shit and celebrating that shit at the time. Oh, now I got other shit too, like fake dreads and got long dreads in the back, blood, fake knives, different type of props from when I do movies. So the dreads and all that was really for like doing funny scenes in a parody or what you call it, like doing a skit. You know what I mean? Just for the TV show. Like I did in a movie, I had the long dreads on. Didn't be, but yeah. So I'm gonna put these back. So as I said, I was going to shit. You know what I'm saying? Talk about my life with this, being crazy about these masks and shit. And the reason why I got them. So at the same time, I feel like I could sell these either a year from now or either wait longer. But I'd rather get rid of them as soon as possible to somebody that really don't care and really know about the story or whatever, what Halloween really represents, and they don't care about it, and they still want to glorify. Then that'd be the price spend more than what I spent. You know what I'm saying? Like probably $200,000, depending on who he is. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather sell it to somebody like that because I spent, I'm saying, some big money on these things, but I really don't want them in the crib anymore. Or any symbols or logos or you know what I'm saying, even like sports things. Like I didn't went to almost every game, and you know it was just to be there though. Like can't say I watch it much on TV. Couldn't tell you about players' names, none of that right now. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, couldn't really tell you about the names of these sports teams. A lot of that now because not into that. You know what I mean? I usually go because people that be wanting to go, I buy tickets, take them there just to have a good time or just to get off the block or just to get out the neighborhood, open their minds, but make them want to do things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it means a lot to do these things with people because when I was living in Maine with my white godmother, she took me places that I never thought of. She took me to Canada, New Hampshire, and the mountains to the top of Mount Washington. Below what 5, 10 degrees when you get to the top, and at the bottom it could be 110 degrees in the summer, and at the top it should be cold enough to kill you. And we didn't walk past people that died, like not died in, when we was there, but you know the cords stuck in the ground or certain pictures here with flowers, and let it be known that somebody died there. So it's serious up there on Mount Washington. You know what I mean? That's when I first went to Connecticut, Vermont, Massachusetts, shit like that was because of her. That's when I learned how to drive a boat, things like that. You know what I mean? But it means a lot, man, when you do that with people. Take them somewhere, get them off the block, out the neighborhood, from the same old thing they see all the time. And basically, yeah. But to video, I was one of the people that was caught up in, you know what I'm saying, being proud, being cocky, or stuck up with buying expensive shit like Black Fridays. That wasn't ever one of my bad habits. That right there I didn't like, mostly because I don't like crowds, and it's too many people crowded, pushing and all that for some materialistic things, which is annoying. And me, being the person I am, was always cocky, like, oh, I don't do layaways, or I don't do damn toilet level shit. Like when I want a car, I said I ain't gonna lease no car. I'm buying straight up flat, brand new or close to brand new, but straight flat instead of some leasing. Cause I always had that attitude of being, you know, just cocky about feeling like and knowing that for years I've been able to buy shit flat, not ever pay anything on layaway, not do Black Fridays because I ain't care to good deal. I'd rather spend that arm and a leg or whatever you want to call it. So that's another bad habit I've had, and I'm saying, like, I bounce back and forth though. Sometimes I get out of it, then sometimes I slip up and go buy something. Like recently, I wasn't supposed to go buy no $350 Gucci hat, but because I always tell myself, like, damn, man, what I be doing? Like, I be bugging. And then next I'll buy another one, like, damn, man, like, gotta leave this shit alone. But also, if y'all know about fabrics, then you'll know some of the fabric in China also has some different type of poison or chemicals that cause your skin to itch or even give you, who knows, shit, like any type, different type of illnesses and shit. You can look that up too and probably find a video on it, and you probably find an article on it on Google or something about how the fabric, them little $2 shirts or $10 shirts and shit and pants, that fabric be cheap for a reason because it don't last. The color, I'm saying, wash out quick, and even worse. And that's another bait trick, you know what I'm saying? Because they know the ones that usually go buy that cheap shit is, you know what I'm saying, the people that's in the local neighborhoods like us and shit, because most people want to deal, and not only that, at least 10 to 25% is actually struggling to where they can't even afford what everybody else is wearing and shit. So that's bait for them to go there and buy that, just like the cheap toys and certain plastic and toys be having chemicals or certain, I mean, like shit that give you cancer, or certain toys that messages and all that cause kids that have attitudes or act bad or out of control. Like that one about the video with the toy being sold, that was a wand for a girl, and behind the wand, when she started, you know, kids play with stickers and pills, so she started pulling the thing off. That's supposed to be like a mirror thing where she could see herself in the wand, and it was a little girl cutting her wrist behind that sticker. So that's crazy. If she wouldn't have peeled that, she wouldn't even have known, to be honest. So that shows you right there, without you even knowing, they actually possessing the kids. And that's why if you're going to do something, sometimes you got to spin that arm to leg, you know what I mean? So that was my thing too about buying Italian fabrics and Italian leather, because one thing I noticed being young is that for some reason they got like the best stuff that really lasts, and it always say hand wash. That's how you know it's delicate and shit like that. And I'm gonna go back to like in the 90s, what made me so caught up in that bad habit as far as want to buy expensive things, and I mean feeling powerful because you go buy with the rich people buying, saying that we couldn't buy. That was another thing too. It's another thing about people saying, "Oh, we can't afford this or can't get this without selling drugs and all that, or robbing and stealing." So I was somebody that was real cocky about being able to buy shit $300, $400 Coogis back in the 90s before I was even 15. Why? Because they said we couldn't do it without selling drugs. They said we couldn't do it without doing this, doing that. So always having ways, from selling t-shirts as a kid with cartoons on it, always made ways. So that attitude actually stuck with me a long time, and just, I don't know, sometimes even feeling good that I was having a more expensive shit than most of the people I expected to. But like I said, it came from the 90s, growing up on 145th, and actually from the 80s. Because it was me being a little kid watching all these drug dealers that most of y'all read about in the magazines and see and shit. When you grow shit. But I used to say to myself like, damn, one day I'm gonna be just like that, like fly like him every day, or fly like this guy, that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I remember one dude, his name is Junie, was one of the main people that I used to be like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna be fly like him. And I mean, every day, this guy was coming out with a different iceberg sweater. Them shits was so fly to me because I'm a person that's into designing. So that's another thing that gets me. I love designers and real good quality and a real good look to it. You know what I'm saying? Like a unique style, original. So that's why I always like the Gucci too, to be honest, and Fendi and Coogee and Iceberg and all that shit. So I remember telling him too, like, yo, one day, watch him be fly like you, wearing icebergs every day. And I got about, I think 11, and I went and bought my first iceberg, but it was a t-shirt. Spent 100 and, it was about 100 or maybe 210, like 110 or 210 for that iceberg t-shirt. But I was loving that shirt for months and months. Then my brother lets one of his friends wear it. I see him outside, like, yo, what you doing with my shirt? Oh, nah, your brother said I could wear it. I was mad that day. I still remember that. Because I spent a lot of money on that. That was my first shirt that I had spent. That was Iceberg, a big name brand. You know what I'm saying? But that's what that got me into that, because watching all them drug dealers being fly, wearing minks and shit and foxes and these $900 sweaters and shit. Cause that's another thing too. Them icebergs was between 600 to 900 and probably 1,500 back in them days. So that's why I started with a t-shirt. But I was still up there, you know what I mean, as a kid, like I was making it happen, knew how to save money out the ass. Family could tell you, like, out of all of them, whether they had jobs to this day, don't even matter. The one that always got some money on them was always me. They used to always talk about this shit like, damn, no matter what, he keep his stash. But that's how I was able to afford the things I was buying too. I always kept a stash. I knew how to save and I know how to spend every dime and make sure that I can always find a way to spend this and go buy some, I'm saying, whether it was like markers or shirts or whether it was like some hats that was on sale. My homeboy could tell y'all about this too. My homeboy Spills could tell y'all about how we went and bought. It was like $1 for the hat, but it was like the damn Blue Jays, I believe. It was all Blue Jay hats that didn't sell, so the 99-cent store had a bunch of them in there, and it was like probably a good 300 old hats, like from like the 80s, before around that time we was buying them, and figure like, hey, we could buy these, sell them to people, sell them for like $5 each, $10, whatever. And I think they sold for 5 years because that was a good deal back then because you had the fittest that was $10 around that time. And that was around the 90s and shit. But like I said, the hats was from the 80s though, so we had bought the old hats, but it wasn't around that time when, you know, it wasn't that year when we were selling them. And them shit sold left and right, everywhere. My homeboy had a little hard time, I'm saying, my bro. Took him a minute to sell his, he wasn't really clicking, but after a while, it was over. We had everybody wearing these Blue Jay hats, and we changed the name up and said, yo, this the Harlem Blue Jays, you know what I'm saying? Harlem Blue Jays out here. So people was buying them everywhere. Like, yeah, I gotta give me a Harlem Blue Jay hat too, yo, because they didn't really say Blue Jays. It just had the logo on it. So they were so old, it wasn't really like it was snapbacks, and they wasn't. You know what I'm saying, hats that's like got a style now in the '90s when it came to the new era shit, whatever. It was just regular, just had a logo on the front, and we killed them with that. You know what I mean? So always had ways of being self-employed. So I wasn't really ever the job type, even though I didn't work for many places. Like, it's crazy. Like, even the people that was doing the anthrax and shit, I worked for them. The ones that had big hospital that was doing the tests or dealing with all them chemicals. And I wound up quitting that job because people, they used to have me and other workers going to these places where they did chemical testing or all this other stuff and have us in there with no suit on and doing cleaning because I was maintenance. So doing the cleaning shit, they weren't even like they ain't even care. And then I met one dude that showed me how, yeah, he got like some wart type of looking things on his skin and shit. And it was from when they used to live in there or when they was coming there to get something, they used to always come in there with a suit. It was never like on some regular shit. So I just say to myself, like, damn, what the hell? How they got me working here without this, that, and that? Not even a mask. But these dudes is all covered up. And then I heard that guy story later, how he got that shit on his skin and all that. So that really made me like, nah, I'm out of here. They ain't gonna play me. They ain't gonna use me like some dummy, get me sick, and I get. And then I'm saying just move on to the next person and all that. So nah, so I got up out of there. But so yeah. So matter of fact, I'm gonna go and show y'all something because I used to keep the receipts too. I mean, like real bad habit when it came to buying all that expensive shit. Feeling like I gotta buy it. If I don't buy it, then I'm falling off, or you know what I mean. But nowadays, past 2 years, I've been more on some like. And I ain't gonna lie, I say I be on some saving money shit, but like I said, I fall back in that trap. But past 2 years, I really been on some like saving shit, investing my money into other things. You know what I'm saying, like gold or things like that. You know what I mean? Instead of something that, like, you can't say it won't bring me money back because it will. Because I got old Gucci sneakers and all this other old stuff that I can still sell on eBay and get hundreds for. But other than that, I ain't trying to buy nothing new. I'm saying I'm really trying to focus on my own clothing line, which I've been having out for a minute, but now I'm doing these new things right now with the jean jackets. So eventually I want about at least 100 of those and add more levers that I made, and I don't do the furs no more, but add those into my store that I'm gonna open up. You know what I mean? Just focus on spending money on my shit, investing in me. So yeah, so just trying to talk about these bad habits and how, you know what I'm saying? You all ain't perfect, I was part of it. Still lose. All right, I'm back. So yeah, let me show. I can show receipts, all this crazy shit. I mean, just about every pair of underwear is Versace, Moschino, Gucci, some shit. Socks, Polo, Gucci. You know what I mean? Or some other type of name brand. Like, what's the other brands? I can't remember right now. Not Tommy, though. I don't do the Tommy. I've been stopped wearing Tommy since the first day I heard about that racist shit. You know what I mean? So certain things I've been hard on, but some things really didn't know or really slip up or just now learning. You know what I mean, past few years. But we gonna get into this. I'm gonna go show just something. Matter of fact, let's grab this right here. Yeah, and it's sad though. So teach your kids not to be caught up in these habits, but make sure you give them things that's healthy for their skin. Or just buy anything cheap either. But it don't have to be stupid expensive, bro. $20, $40 shirts instead of $10, $5 shirts, or it don't have to be, you know what I mean, no $600 t-shirts and shit. Like this, for example. Closest thing right now hanging around. See, this is messed up too. I don't really like this too much. That's why I stopped making furs. I don't know what this is, buffalo or one of them. But yeah, then the thing about the tags too, back in the days, people used to like to check your tags and shit and be on extra. And that right there was part of the reasons why that whole fashion thing got crazy out here in New York. Because people used to be always checking the tags, making sure it was real. So it kind of pushed you more into buying the expensive shit. Like some people don't care. They go buy the fake thing. Like, man, I paid $5 for this and it looked the same. But when you buy the real thing, you know it really doesn't like the real one, whatever. But people always be like, let me see your tag, make sure it's real, make sure you got the tag. So that right there used to push people in Harlem more. I'm saying it's that Harlem life. Anybody know from Harlem used to push you more into getting nothing but the real thing because you ain't want to be one of them people that they would check the tag and see that it's not the real one or it doesn't have the tag at all. So that also made you more caught up in that bad habit. So yeah, see, and I'm gonna sell this too one day. All these things that I did buy from years back, I still keep because I take good care of my things. And since I paid so much money for these things and went hard, I keep them because I earned them. You know what I'm saying? I worked hard and I earned them. But